right, so the first thing you're going to want to do is go to sodalabs.club and hit on templates, scroll down and hit download for XGenerator V1 and just open it up. All right, so after you've downloaded your workbook, you're going to see 4 sheets displayed down below: home, which is this window, target X, prospects, and trials. This is the home window, and you're going to have 3 navigational tabs available. You can use these tabs to quickly navigate to your desired sheet. So let's try hitting target X. This is target X, which I'll explain in a few minutes. You can use the navigational tabs over here to go to prospects to look at your prospecting list. You can use the trial button and you're going to enter the trial view. You can also use the available buttons down below to navigate to your desired sheet. So the first thing we're going to go over is Target X. Target X was basically designed for those BDR, LDR, and SDR teams who want to maximize their results, maximize their time, perform more effectively, more efficiently, and just more persistently. If you're committed and you really want to go after this, you're going to need to find a way, hey, I have these goals. I want to perform these certain actions. I want to see how good they are by inputting status symbols and seeing it all visually, inputting the amount of leads I have, and I can see this window over here, which is going to show me how am I performing so far for the month. Now, if you want to change the date to the second month, to the third month, I'm going to show you how you can reformat this, no problem. So to start this off, it's very simple. Look, you have the date over here for each specific chart, right? You have the date and you have the time, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. You have the action, what you're doing. Let's say I'm calling at 8 a.m. I'm calling, 9 a.m. I'm emailing, or the other way you could look around this is actually emailing, right? Yeah, 1L. The way you want to look at this is, perhaps this is a quadrant of your time, right? So you're dividing time up in different sections because you need to perform different tasks. You need to hit the phone and dial so much. You need to call to do the follow-ups, whatever it is. You have to really set a task for yourself that you're gonna do. And you can add more columns and customize it to your preference. And if you want to do that, you just hit the view button, formula bar, headings, and you just click, insert, and you can just say whatever, time, action, I don't know, description, and you just describe it, right? So I'm just not going to do that. I'm just going to keep it this way for now. So I'm just going to, if you want to save space, by the way, you can just unclick headings and unclick formula bar, and it's going to save you a lot of view, okay? A lot of view space. That's important. So, I'm calling. I can see how I'm performing. I can say, hey, I haven't really been doing this. I haven't been persistent on that. Another meeting came up. I couldn't do this at this allocated time slot. 0. That would be a red symbol. I haven't done that. Then you can set value of 1, which would be yellow. I'm doing that, but it's not very consistent. Or it can be green, value of 2 or higher. That would mean, yep, I did that. Everything has been doing good. I've been performing that. I've been dialing. You can really classify this to whatever you want. If red means something, yellow means something, green means something, just write it down over here somewhere, value of 1 means this, a value of 2 means that, a value of 3 means this. In this following videos, I'm going to show you how you can do all of this, to design all of this. But for now, you just want to get the basics, right? Just to get rolling fast. For the leads, hey, I've been calling at 8 a.m. I created 1 lead. Bam, it's just registering over here. It tells me the total payout, which I'm going to show you right now how you can change, and the total leads. If I went over here and I said, hey, I made, 2 leads over here at 8 a.m., it's still going to update. So the beauty of Target X is you have this entire boxes down to the 31st, I believe, right? Let me just scroll down very quickly. Down to the 31st, right? Yep. And you just update this every day. You update it, and you're gonna know how you're performing, right? Because it's very important to know how you are doing, and you want to know what your efforts are worth. Everything matters. So let me just delete this, and let's say you're not getting paid for it. You're getting paid, I don't know, 70 per lead. So how do you change this? How do you format it? Very simple. Click on view, hit headings, and hit formula bar. As you can see, you're gonna select a cell. So you're gonna select this cell, and you're gonna go over here, and you're gonna change the value to 70. And you're gonna wanna do this. Hold on, F3, F7, 70. Hit enter. That's it. The value of one lead is 70. Two leads, or no, hold on. Two leads would be 140. Yep, that's the way to do it. So it's formatted to 70. Now, the only edit you have to do over here is this. Here's the thing. You're gonna wanna take this down, all right? The mouse, the cursor, hit this cell, go down here, just update this little section to 70, hit enter, and this section to 70. And by the way, the more you do this, the better you become. You can customize it to your own liking, you know. It's very important. I'm showing you how to do this so you could see the methodology behind this, and you can come up with something as well. So you would say, okay, Thomas, well, you know, we just updated this. This is 70. The value of this is 70 in these different cells, right? But when I click this, it's going to be 40. Well, you know, we have to edit that. So how are we going to do this? Very simple. Because we're in Excel and we're learning something new, to see data visually, to gamify and apply the entire experience. What we're gonna do right now is we're gonna scroll all the way down. The first thing you wanna do is select this row, select it from the date tab. Make sure you're selecting number 14. Scroll down to 31 and just delete all of this. And don't worry, everything is fine. Just hit delete. Bam, that's it. It's deleted. Now we're reformatting this, right? So you're sure per lead you get 70. That's good. Just delete this, delete that, just remove this. January 1st, we're gonna drag this all the way down. Let me just check one thing. You wanna make sure that all of these rows, they're formatted to, let's say 33 pixels, right? So we're gonna scroll all the way down. I think it's gonna be formatted, yep, because I did it ahead for you guys. So just take this down all the way down. Let's see, 181, it gives us 15th. So you wanna, let's say, you know, just select this and go way below. Let's say 23rd, and just select this again. Just keep going down. 27th. Let me just see if I do this. Yeah, it gets weird. This gets weird. Just Command Z. 23rd, 24th, 25th, 27th. Just select this again. Just keep going. 28. So there is some manual effort to it. But the moment you get the hang of it, it gets super, super fast and nice. Okay, cool. So this is reformatted right now. Now you see the symbol is euro. For example, what if you're in Britain? What if you're in US? That's very simple. You can fix it so easily. Just click the home tab, select this entire row and actually column, and you're gonna change the value to, let's say, English pounds, right? You see everything changed very smoothly, very easily. You can click on more accounting formats and change the symbol to whatever it is for you. All right, so that's very simple and easy. So we're really done over here with target X. What you're gonna do is hit view, close the headings and close the formula bar, and just click this and close that. Now if you're on a Windows computer, the setup of this might be a little bit different, but it's all basically the same thing. All right, so in this video, we're gonna go over the prospecting list, something a BDR, SDR, and LDR uses on a day-to-day basis. Now, this is gonna be the template that you can use every day. That's gonna be very visual. You can always edit, re-edit. You're gonna have a nice window over here. You can call it your little dashboard with the project timeline on how long you're gonna be working on this prospecting list. I'm gonna show you how you can edit the dates. You're gonna see how many total leads you did for the specified date. Let's say this is going to be January, right? You can edit that at any time, and the total dials, the numbers. So, and you can add much more and more stuff. I'm basically going to make this video to show you how you can understand the basic methodology behind this. So the first thing is, you know, what region is your lead in? We're going to say UK, the industry, we can say retail, the company, let's say, you know, Club Soda. The name, now the name is an interesting one. You can just type it out, Soda Labs. Um, or you can be like, hey, I'm getting a lot of data. I'm getting this sheet that just basically has a lot of information and I want to input the name in. And the problem is I have first name and last name. So how do I combine these two together? So to reduce manual work, there's a formula which I'm going to show you right now. So what you're going to do is actually go back to data. If you had a lot of data, you would copy all of this, right? You just select all of this, command copy, right? Um, what we're going to do is just we're going to copy this. We're going to head down to prospects, and what we're going to do right now is just delete this, go down over here and say paste. I don't think we have copied it correctly. We have to copy this and we're gonna paste it over here, right? Yep, we have pasted it in right now. So now we're gonna use a formula called concat, and I suggest that you click the view button, open the formula bar and the headings, and we're gonna enter a formula, a very, very helpful formula, equal concat, right? Concat. And now you're gonna go over here, select these two cells and hit enter. Voila. The first problem we see is that Soda Labs, the name is combined and we need to leave a space bar in between them. And to do that, very easy. Just go back to the formula bar. Remember, you have ticked the formula bar, so you should be able to see this. Just put a semicolon, quotation mark, space, quotation mark, semicolon. What this basically does, it adds a space into the name, right? There you go. Now, let's say you had much more names. We had a lot of names over here. Well, very easy. Let's say the name is Mr. Soda. Very nice. So how do we put more info down here instead of copying this and entering the formula many times? Very simple. Just drag this down, Mr. Soda. You see, this is a very effective method of dealing with information and data very quickly. These type of formulas can be very handy. So what if, hey Thomas, I'm looking at all of this. I don't want to see all of the information over here. Very simple. Just select this. And if you don't want to see the names over here, all you do is go back to the home tab and you're gonna click on the fonts and change the color to white. That's it. You see, that's it. So this is the solution for the name. Then you're gonna start this ranking thing. This is where the visual things kick in. So this lead that you're calling to right now, what is the affinity between you and this lead? Is this a cold lead? Is this a partner? Is this a warm lead? You can just basically classify that using these three different values, value 1, 2, and 3. The value of 1 would mean, hey, empty blank star, it's a cold lead. A value of 2 would mean something like, this is a partner, this is a coming through a connection or something, they've hit that, with this page, half a star, it's not that cold, the affinity, the ranking. Or you can set a value of 3, and this would basically mean full star, for completely warm lead, they're ready to buy now, they're ready to talk to us right now, they're ready to look at a quotation, So this is where the visuals start kicking in. Now, for the lead, how many leads have you gotten? You can keep this down to an L, or you can just say lead, cancel lead, So what you're gonna do right now, this entire column is for us to say, have we gotten a lead? Have we not gotten a lead? Or are we about to get a lead? What's going on over here? So a symbol of 1 would basically mean no lead. Number 2 would mean yeah, probably soon, something like that, uncertain, question mark, and 3 is guaranteed a lead. And every time you get a lead, you're gonna see this dashboard, hey, it says total leads for December. You can edit this, by the way. You can say total leads for January, and it's gonna say 1. And the reason it's saying 1 is because, as you can see the formula, count if this entire bar, this entire row, actually not entire, 75 rows are being formatted, right? And it's gonna calculate the value of 3. If you're gonna enter the value of 34, it's not gonna count it as a lead. It really has to be a value of 3, right? And then it's counted as a lead. So that's a useful tip. Link would stand for, or LIN would stand for LinkedIn, right? Have you left a message? Have you prepared a message? I wake up in the morning, early in the morning, and I prepare 50 messages before I send the people. I prepare them. So that would be a simple, an icon value of 2, right? Value of 2. You have the sale flag. I still haven't sent. I'm ready to send. It's too early to send them. Great. I have sent it. Bam. That's it. Value of 3. I have sent these LinkedIn messages. Wonderful. I have this section over here for the calling. Call 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know, if you don't want to look at this in this way and you don't want it to say C1 to C6, you can just select all of this and change the width. Let's say something like that, and just say, hey, call 1. If this makes better sense for you, you can do that, right? In such a manner, and say same thing. We're using the same icons, the same icon values. I mean, we're gonna say 1 is, you know, the phone call was dropped. Value of 2 would mean, you know, perhaps call back. Perhaps I called to the and spoke to the receptionist, couldn't get through or something. Call them back, or you know, call back, right? And call 3, I called them back again. They picked up. Most likely, your calls are gonna go green in the 6th, 7th, and 8th call. And you're gonna be like, hey Thomas, so how do I add more rows over here? Very simple. Now you see there's a formatting over here. What you're gonna do is just select this row and click insert and just re-edit this. Just say, hey, C6, and this is gonna be C7, right? How about this, Thomas? How about, you know, I'm not just calling them up in my follow-up structure over here, I'm also sending them emails. No problem, buddy. What you can do is just hit this, right click, click insert, and just say E1, or just say email, right? You're emailing them email 1. Call 1, email 1. Perhaps call 2, email 2, right? So you see where this is going. And there's an icon methodology over here as well. Same icons, they should automatically work. Now, hey, what if I went down all the way down? Is this still gonna stay working all the way down? Well, let's try. A value of 2, it didn't work. So why is this not visual anymore? Very simple. The way all of this is working is using conditional formatting. So hover your mouse over here, click the cell, select conditional formatting, go all the way down to manage rules, select manage rules, and this is the rule that has been set to this icon color format. You can select which rows all of this formula applies to. And instead of selecting all of this and going and dragging yourself all of the way down, you see this formula rule only applies to 69 rows. You can just say, hey, I want this to apply to 500 rows. I'm going to be working on a big list, 500 clients. Okay, that's it. Now I hover all the way down. That's it. As you can see, this icon set is still going to keep working. Well, Thomas, I want to change this. I don't want this to be this kind of a symbol. You know, how do I change this, you know? So to make your icons look different, there's a very simple way to do that. You just double click that, select the icons, and select whatever icon you want it to show. And it's going to change effectively, you know, something like that. Click OK. OK. You see everything changed. To come back to edit this again, go to conditional formatting, manage rules, and just change this up one more time. And it's going to give you this original format. Okay. Now, in another video, I'm going to go over and show you how you can really change this up in a very different way. It's just going to be too in-depth if I do it in this video. So you have your follow-up structure over here. You have your dials. You can just change this and just say, okay, dials. I'm just going to call this dials. Every time you do a dial, you can just type in the value over here. 2 dials, I don't know, 3 dials, and you see it's calculating. This is the beauty of this dashboard. You know, your information is being collected. You're doing so much. And all of this is just becoming super visual. You're seeing data in a very visual manner. You're seeing things in a different way, you know. When I started doing this, I just started functioning in a very different way. I just understood where I am at this process right now, and where do I want to go to. You know, I'm seeing a lot of reds. How do I change this right now? You know, I need more greens. I need to go back to Target X and change my methodology of how am I working with information? How am I preparing myself for the next day? Come back to the prospecting list, right? I'm functioning in a different way right now. I need to create more leads. You can see, did you just call one time, second time, and you gave up and that's it? You can go online and look up at a statistic, you know. It takes more dials, more phone calls, more conversations before you hit a lead, you know. It's really a calling game, and you got to get through it, you know. So this is really an important aspect of it. And this is the prospecting list. Just go back to the view tab, unclick formula bar, unclick headings, home, minimize this, that's it, you know. And there you go, you're working with this, you're filling out the emails, the phone numbers, the comments. And if you want to add any additional row, you basically click view, formula bar, headings, select this, hit insert, and that's it. You have yourself a new row. You can call it to whatever you want, and you can enjoy prospecting. And by the way, for the dashboard area over here, everything is already being calculated. Like your date is already calculated. So you just hit view, headings, formula bar, and if you just delete this, it's gonna give you a null value. So to re-enter the formula, or if you deleted it by mistake, very simple, equal today, and select it. No, you don't want to select that. You just hit enter. That's it. Today's date is automatically being filled in. When is the deadline of your prospecting list? Hey, are you going to keep this open for 1 or 2 years? Put the date in here. If you're working for 2 weeks or 3 weeks and you have a tight deadline, enter the information. Perhaps I'm finishing the work on this prospecting list on the second month. I got to keep going, you know, keep going after the targets on the 15th, right? Hit enter, project timeline, 36 days left. If you want to remove the notes, you can just right click this cell and click delete note. Alright guys, so for the last part of the workbook, we're gonna go over the trials list view. This sheet is mainly designed for the lead development representatives out there, going over their CRM system, seeing a lot of trials coming in, and having a lot of data. So we're gonna take this data that is available on Salesforce or other CRM tools. We're gonna input them over here into this Excel sheet, which is very relevant to the prospecting list, but it just serves to be the lead development representatives sheet. And we're gonna keep track of all of the trials coming in. We are gonna see this little dashboard to the right side. We're gonna see how many trials are in progress, how many trials are about to expire, and how many of them are completed. We're gonna have an official date. We're gonna set the warning days, and we're gonna see the service status if we have informed the client, if we've spoken to them, gotten in touch in regards to their trial. You know, many clients, many people never even call the clients, never speak and find out whether the trial is working out or not, right? Especially with in your different industries, you know, there's different methods. Some clients, they need PDF sheets. In some instances, it's the trials are very straightforward. But anyhow, you'll have the service status that is going to help you out. You're going to know how many clients are uninformed, how many are informed, and how many of them had meetings requested. All right, so the first thing we're going to look at right now is, you know, I have this client. I want to tap on their name very quickly, or tap on the link and just get to their profile very quickly in my CRM tool. How do I do that? You know, hey, I just say L, or I would say link. This one is already linked over here. You just right click, go down to hyperlink, and you can enter the address. You can copy paste the address from your CRM tool. You know, I'll be like, you know, sodalabs.club, right? Okay, that's it. And if I hit this, it's just gonna take me to that website. So instead of entering the name, the address, and all of that, you already have the direct link, and you can navigate through that fast. You're gonna have a trial start date, which is now set to January 1st. Trial end date, the days left, and the trial status. Now, we don't want to delete this first row because there is a certain formula in this, and I'm just going to show this to you very quickly. You see there is a formula over here, there is a formula over here. Things are just being calculated. So I can link you to other videos that can explain all of this, and there's more videos online that can explain that. But what you want to know is, you know, if you want to just start working with this, you can just find a client right now that has an ongoing trial. You can basically just input the date, input the end date. Let's say it's going to be the 15th. All right, you have the link, and it's going to give you the trial status. And you can do this again. Hey, 2022, I have another client right now, 01. They're starting their trial. They started their trial yesterday, and the end date of the trial, you see, I didn't change anything yet. I'm just inputting things in. 2022. Let's say they're going to end on February 21st. Enter. This section over here in the cell auto populates. All you want to do is drag this down and it's going to give you a direct update. All right. So we are not deleting things over here. We just want to keep it this way because of the formulas. We want to keep it that way. It's very important. Now, it says in progress. What does that mean? The trial is in progress. There's 42 days left. Well, what happens if, it's set to 9? To the 9th, we're on the 10th today. Yep, it's completed. Days left, -1, right? We have the today formula over here, today. And you can set your warning days, by the way. The warning days are, when does the system start warning you that this trial is about to expire? So let's say we set a date like the 13th. It says about to expire, right? So the trial is about to expire. Did you follow up with the customer? Did you speak with the customer yet? So that's the point of this. We're collecting data. We want to fill this entire sheet up so it collect as much data as possible. And you can always change the warning days. It's up to you. You can just put the number over here. For the service status, that's very straightforward. I've reached out. I know that this customer is doing this trial for this product or solution. We know the days left. We know the status of the trial. What about the service status? What did we do as a lead development generator or a lead development representative? Have we reached out to the client? Have we spoken to the client? So, if I have, I would just say I have informed them, right? And I just go over here. It says informed 1, right? So that's very important. If you want to change the word, you can just say, you can just choose another word, and then you're gonna have to use that specific word so that it would mean that they have been informed, right? So you just want to make sure you do that. If they have been uninformed, we'll just say uninformed. Did I just forget how to type? Uninformed. Yep, one client has been uninformed. So it's just like a way to keep track of things and to know what's going on right now. We're going back to the same idea that has happened with the prospecting sheet. And look, you're going to be developing this by yourself. I'm going to be making more videos on how to keep designing and visually designing this data. But the idea here is the same. Call 1, SN1 would basically mean, sales nav 1. Have I sent a sales navigator message? Have I done a second call? Have I done a first email, a third, fourth, fifth call back? How am I following up? Remember, this area is an entire section for your follow back. If clients' trials are about to expire and nobody is speaking to them, it's not that the client is uninterested. The client has, sometimes clients have complaints, sometimes nobody has spoken to them and we're not helping out the customers. We're not there to providing customer service. Of course they're going to be uninterested, so you got to do your dues over here and you got to be persistent. You got to create this sheet and make it work to your own liking, and keep track of things. So this is what this is, your trials list. You have the little dashboard over here and you're going to keep track of everything. You can just always unclick this, unclick that, go back to the home tab and just minimize it. And you have your nice sheet over here.